This is how you should be living. We don't just sell real estate, we sell the lifestyle. Welcome to the Miami Current, where we look to sit with the influencers of that Miami lifestyle and those that are living it to its highest potential. We're here with a great customer and now a great friend. Jim, thanks for having us over.
It's great to be here, Jorge.
So Jim is one of our customers. We found him this house that we're going to be touring today. Jim, I think it's important to kind of start off with who you are, because that's a big part of how we go about finding the property when we profile our clients. Tell us a little bit about you and how you ended up here in Miami.
My name's Jim Murphy. I'm a father of two boys that go to school here in a great school system local here, Gulliver Prep. My background growing up, I was an athlete, Division I athlete, then went into the military, was an F-15 pilot for about 12 years, and then rolled some of the experiences I had as a fighter pilot to becoming a thought leader in business execution. Wrote a bunch of books on the subject and had a company called Afterburner. We did a lot of seminars, speaking, training, strategic development, mainly for Global 2000, Fortune 500 customers. In the last 10 years, I pivoted into private equity. So have a firm called Afterburner Capital, and we're focused on defense tech and healthcare.
So Jim had one of the coolest jobs of anybody that we worked with as an F-15 fighter pilot. I think if the producer sent Tom Cruise out to study what a fighter pilot is supposed to look and act like, he went to sit down with Jim. And Jim, again, you know, we really try to think of the profile of our customers when we go into the process of identifying where they want to be. Boating connected us and the waterfront lifestyle, but we really became friends over our love for baseball and our boys that are now in the same grade over here at Gulliver.
That's right.
What was the value of having Gulliver so close? And then the process, because we even made a few phone calls to get you guys in there, even though it wasn't hard, because the boys got amazing grades, they're great kids and great athletes. So that process of us kind of understanding this community and the schools that are available to you as well.
Yeah, I think we were really discerning buyers, and we had some real specific niches we wanted to go after. And obviously for our children, we wanted a great school, private school. They were going to Westminster in Atlanta at the time, which is a really good school up there. So we knew we wanted to mimic that down here, but we also wanted a program that had great athletics, so not just the academics. And Gulliver Prep, obviously you recommended that to us, and you were huge in helping our kids get into that school. It was extremely competitive when we came down here. We came down at the height of the hoopla. There were several well-known private equity firms moving hundreds, if not thousands of employees here that all wanted private schools. So, you know, I really appreciate all the help that you had, not only in mapping this out, but helping us actually get in and get our kids into the schools.
We like to help our clients look for the boats. Why don't we get into what you picked up here in Miami and how you enjoy that with the boys?
So we want to talk about boats first. Yeah, so for me, I enjoy offshore fishing. I like to go to the islands, the Bahamas a lot. Every now and then I like to troll for marlin, but I also like to get in the water. And you know, the sandbar activities are pretty good here. So my kids and their friends love to go to the sandbar. So
let's go check it out.
Yeah.
You got two boats. Obviously, the big one here. What do you got and what do you use each for?
Well, this is a 48-foot Jimsmith. We use this to fish, obviously, offshore. It's rigged for tournament sail fishing, but we do a lot of fishing, chasing tuna, and a lot of other species. What I love about this boat too is it's a walk around, but it operates a lot like a center console, meaning it's got a shallow draft. You can trim the outboards up, you know, and get into shallow water and float around and have, you know, a great time in the sandbar. We have easy access to Elliott Key and a lot of incredible green, crystal blue waters out there. Even though it's a big boat that we can overnight and sleep on, we can still get it into shallow water. So that's what I love about this rig.
So Miami's great for not only the fishing, the spear fishing, and all those water activities, but just being able to go out on a leisure boat ride, get out to the sandbar, get out to the local restaurants. Tell us about that experience. I know you like to get out there. You get out to the Grove. We got No Name Harbor. Tell us about the spots that you like to frequent and how you enjoy that.
Well, the closest restaurant is here, just right here next door, and that's Redfish Grill. It's a great little restaurant. You can park there at the marina, indoor, outdoor seating. So Redfish Grill's close, I like it. You can run up just a little bit further, go to No Name Harbor. There's a great Cuban restaurant. As a matter of fact, that's the first place you took me to eat.
Sir.
And love that spot. There's also the Cleat there, which is a tiki bar, an open air bar out on the point, and it's a great place to see the sunset.
So you guys can see of why I say Jim is the prototype of what we're trying to bring with the lifestyle here in Miami. He does it A to Z. So we'd seen the big boy. Let's go over to the skiff and talk about how you use that.
This is the boys' boat over here. And sorry about the construction, we just demoed the pool. That used to be a pool right there. The pool's gonna move up here, Infinity Edge. That's gonna be a batting cage, so that's where they're gonna hit every day. So waterfront batting cage, I love that. Nice. This is their skiff, it's a Scout 17. We kind of converted it over and turned it into a bonefish, our flats skiff, if you will. So the boys run around on this. We've got the trolling motor as well. We can also pull, wakeboarders. The boys pull each other in the wakeboard. So it's a lot of fun.
Jim, we got this property for you a little bit over a year and a half ago. The value, talk about what you've seen on the value increase. I did my own study the other day. I think we have a check coming in the mail.
Yeah, I thought we got a good value on the house, and here's why. The thing that I love what you all did is, we looked at houses that were listed, and obviously there weren't very many. Matter of fact, there were zero at the time. It was the hoopla, and waterfront property was just scarce. I remember we were having a tough time. I came down 2 or 3 times. We drove around a lot. Really got down to you making cold calls. And I remember you talking about this house, and you said, hey, I remember this house was on the market. We toured it way back in, 2019, I think. And it had sat on the market for 4 or 5 months and didn't sell. And he said, let's take a run at that. And we did. And we moved quickly. He accepted our offer. And I feel like we got into the house. I feel like 15 to 20% below market. So and now you might be able to validate that.
I can't believe you say you're planning on doing a complete gut renovation. I love the house as it is. I think you've had a lot of appreciation and value, like we've said. But tell me a little bit about the changes that you have planned.
Yeah, we just started the construction process. We demoed the pool on the outside. We're moving the pool to the back deck, Infinity Edge deck over here. And the house, we're gonna push out this part of the house a little bit. Right now, this is kind of the den and the living room area. All the windows now and the doors will be ceiling to floor, bifold doors so we can go in and out, indoor, outdoor kind of a concept.
Well, what I really liked about the house too is it serves for a contemporary upgrade. It was built in 2004, but it's ready to go to make it a little more within the style like what you're wanting to do here. One of the main things being the addition of the pool to the rear of the home. Northeasterners like to come to Miami and they want to see the sunsets, but they don't realize that what happens is it's hot as hell as that sun sets on you, and you end up wanting to come inside. Now you get to enjoy that full day, full night.
And that's the kind of knowledge that you wouldn't have if you weren't a boater or spent time down here, and that's why, we hire guys like you to help us make those decisions.
Well, we appreciate you allowing us to come by.
Yeah.
I think it's important that we get to show our future clients what we're able to do, and like I said, I don't think anybody has done it as good as you're doing it. Alan and I started off as teammates over 25 years ago, and it's been really great to be able to team up again with what we're doing now. How did that work out for you with regards to being able to offer you that service?
Critically important, for me, I was moving down and I knew that if I'm gonna buy a house in the water, the boat is really a critical piece of that. So, with Alan's expertise, really understanding the kind of fishing that I wanted to do, along knowing that I wanted a tower boat, the right kind of home, no bridges, deep water, the type of fishing that I wanted to do. When these two collaborated, it was really easy to realize that, this particular property was going to suit me really well.
Yeah, I remember when you were thinking about coming down, correct me if I'm wrong, but we sat and ate lunch like in Miami Beach at Monty's or something well before you decided to move. And we were talking boats like we normally do at Center Consoles Only. I thoroughly enjoy it, so I appreciate it when people reach out and start asking questions. They always apologize like if they're inconveniencing me, but it's never an inconvenience. All I try to do is learn every single day, and whatever I can pass along from what we're learning at Center Consoles Only, I think is the benefit of being a part of our community, and we always appreciate the support. And when we get together and do things like this that we feel are a benefit to the viewers, real estate, boats, and combining the two, which we all love it. If you love boats, you love this scenario. So
Yeah.
that's why when George and I got together and started, brainstorming about this idea, it made so much sense. And it's, nice to see it all come together with a good person that we've become friends with, which normally happens when we work with anyone. Not that everyone is as cool as Jim here, but we appreciate you taking the time to chat with us, and we'd love to see where this thing is going. The appreciation of the property when things line up in that way, the boat like this, the house, we really love to see it. It's an authentic thing that we really enjoy.
Jim, it's been 3 years, massive change coming down from Atlanta. If you were to speak to somebody else looking to make that decision, what advice would you give them?
The advice we've all been talking about is, if you want to do something and you've got, the Miami lifestyle in mind around boating, fishing, you want to live in a community, schools are important, reach out to you guys. Not every real estate agency is the same. I mean, it seems to me like most real estate agencies in Miami, correct me if I'm wrong, really focus a lot on high-rise buildings, condo living, luxury living, in Brickell, maybe in Coconut Grove, but certainly in Midtown, Edgewater, and some of those areas. And those are great, great areas. But the lifestyle that I'm living here in Coral Gables is much different than that. And the kind of things that I like to do, require some specific expertise. So, I think if I had to do it all over again, I'd do it exactly the same.
Thank you for tuning into this episode of the Miami Current. If you enjoy this content, make sure to like and subscribe. We're going to be uploading these videos weekly, so see you next time.